Oh, so I wanted to show some of the features of my map. I feel like it can't all be captured in photos, and this map is supposed to be interactive for its user, so I wanted to show maybe an example of how a user would use this. So this is just a base map. The first thing that you would see is these different neighborhoods that have been outlined. I made them transparent so you can still see a lot of the features behind the neighborhoods, and if you were to click on the attribute table, you would be able to see what all these are named. I only included relevant neighborhoods to neighborhoods surrounding North Park and also neighborhoods containing important geological features like restaurants and parks, spaces that college students would want to visit. I also added North Park as a vector right here. You can see that. Whoops. So you can see kind of where all this centralizes around. Maybe I'm biased because my house is right here, but most of the neighborhoods these are all relevant ones that college students use. There's not a lot going on up here. Most of this is residential. I also added a layer for all the major streets. This layer is a lot, but if you zoom in, you can see that they're all labeled still. See, this one says Sunnyside, so a user would be able to see all of these streets. All of the gray lines are alleyways, and so you'd be able to see all of these major streets that have sidewalks. I also included a vector map of potholes in the area, which I think is pretty cool. These are only the reported ones. I feel like if I was to report more, or if we were to collect more data, there'd be a lot more potholes, but these are the major ones that have been reported within the last year. So this is an example of what this pothole vector would look like. Because this is a lot of data, to put on one map, I wanted to make, these layers, you can toggle them on and off. So I would probably turn off the streets and the potholes layer to show you the rest. I also included 2 layers with bike lanes. This yellow layer is shared bike lanes, so it's bike lanes that are on major roads. So you can see this major road right here has a line right there because that's a shared bike lane that's on like not a highway, but like a main road with many cars. And then also these are color-coded bike lanes that show the different types of bike lanes within this area. There is an attribute table here, and I will include a legend in the photo of these different colored bike lanes. I'm gonna toggle these ones off. I'm gonna turn this one off too. I also included a heat map of the traffic density in the area, and I feel like a heat map is best to use with the major streets map, because then when you are making an informed decision about where you want to travel, let's say I'm going from Ravenswood Manor to North Park, I might go this way and avoid this very heavy point right here, as opposed to driving through and possibly encountering a lot of traffic. One of my favorite layers that I included on here, let me put North Park back up, is this zoning layer. It's a lot of information. There are 12 standard zones in Chicago, and they have all been color-coded here, and in the final print there will be a legend showing what all of these zones mean. This is helpful information because if you are walking or you want to travel somewhere maybe a little bit less busy, you might avoid these red commercial zones and stick to these blue and green residential zones. So yeah, those are all my layers. I mean, we can see what happens when I layer them all together. It's probably a lot. That's not that bad, but yeah, this is supposed to be an interactive map. I mean, it's definitely moving a lot slower, but in my submission, I'll probably send 3 or 4 total maps, and each of them will have their own legend. All of these legends you can see in the attribute table, but I feel like for a standalone map, a legend in the corner right here would be helpful.